All right, I have this Poulan Pro riding lawnmower. It's a 2007 year. The starter's bad on it. So I'll be showing you how to take the old one off, put a new one on, which is on the right side of the mower. If you're sitting on it, you want to open your hood up. This is a 19.5 horse Briggs Stratton motor. I'm going to make my life a little easier, and I'm going to be taking this hood off. It only takes a few extra seconds. It's out of your way. So, alright. So we want to unhook the light wire, which all you got to do is wiggle them. They should come right off. Now take this hood, shove it about halfway, and you should be able to pick it up and out. As you see here, here's where these go at, and they go in these grooves. Not too hard. Like I said, it would take an extra few seconds. So now I'm in the front of the mower, which we have to get the shroud off to be able to get to the starter. So we want this is 3/8 sockets. There's two here, and there's two in the back, which I'll show you here in a minute once I get these two off. Do remember your short ones do go on the valve side. So you remember. Alright, as you can see, they're right there. You will need a wrench for these two. There's two of them. There's one here and one here over on the other side. Your best bet is a ratcheting wrench. It speeds up everything a lot faster. Now, I don't know. Some of these shrouds do come with slots in them, so where you don't have to take these bolts all the way out. It never fails. Mine always has no slots, so I gotta take the bolts all the way out. Like I said, you can see the ones by the gas tank's a lot bigger, so a lot longer. And same thing on this side, you want to get this one turned off. Like I said, as you can see, ratchet wrench speeds up things a lot quicker. Imagine if you just had a regular wrench. I've done that many years with a regular wrench, and it took forever. So, alright, no more talking. We're going to go ahead. That should just come sliding right off. There is this hole here that's kind of like an O-ring deal that it want to fight you a little bit. So just all you got to do is wiggle it off, and it should come off. You see your starters right here. Alright, so this next step, you will need a 7/16 socket and a 7/16 skinny wrench. Sometimes you get lucky enough and you hold on to that the positive, the hot wire, and take it off, which this wire is not hot until you turn your ignition to start. So you have no worries. You don't have to take off your battery. If you want to take your battery out, you can. But as you can see, it's not hot. So like I said, you just got to get your wrench in there to hold it in place. See how that should not spin. But this is a bad starter anyway, so like I said, now when you go put the new one on, you definitely want this little wrench or find a way of holding it in place. Alright, so there is two bolts back here. I don't know if you can see them or not. You will need a T40. Right there's what it looks like. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it on here. You need a pair of channel locks like this. And what I normally do is take it, make sure it's all the way in there, and break it loose. Same thing on the next one. Do the same thing. So whatever you do, don't bust your knuckles. It isn't too bad unless, you know, you get them in, get it all the way in there so they don't come falling out. Alright, we got the one out. When you get the last one, remember this last one is what's holding that starter up. So just be ready to catch it so it don't fall. Or just don't hurt you, whatever you need to do to make it so it doesn't fall off. Okay, get the old one off. Here's the new one. And here's the part number. Let me get it turned the right way. Right there. So, alright, so we're going to go ahead and go with the first one. And if your fingers are skinny enough, you should be able, or small enough, you should be able to get it started in there. If not, then you take this, put your bolt in there, and, you know, start it that way. Which, I'll show you on this one. Now, we want to make sure that these wires that run up here by the starter don't get behind that starter. So whatever you do, just make sure it don't. And that's what those clips are for. As you see which way I put it, that's what keeps them kind of held out of place and don't let them vibrate around. You definitely want to make sure them are out of the way. And it's these two wires that runs up to there, the black and red. Alright, so same thing to tighten it. We want to get the channel locks, or yeah, and give it a twist, tighten them down. You want to make sure you get it somewhat tightened, or not somewhat, you want it tight. You don't want it somewhat, because obviously this is a very important thing. If it comes loose and breaks off, you're kind of, it's going to be a mistake. Don't do it. So we've got those tightened up, made sure the wires are not in the way. So we're going to go ahead and get our starter wire put back on, our positive. Which I'm going to need to hold on to that. And tighten it down pretty decent. Alright, so we got to make sure this, all of these parts, goes back behind this groove here. So you kind of got to play around with it a little bit. I obviously can't show you much. And it should set down on there. Now make sure this metal, there is actually, that metal needs to hook into here, in between this groove here. I have a pain in the you know what, but you get it. And then we gotta make sure that this end over here goes onto that carburetor. And like I said, it's a little rubber groove, so it should just slide right on there. It's kind of tight, but all right. So this is a short bolt up front. And yeah, see, you gotta, and rule of thumb, get all four of them started. Don't tighten two down, or don't tighten them down until you get them all four started, because you usually got to move the shroud around to get them started. Alright, so now once you get them started, go ahead and tighten them down. Alright, so now I want to go ahead and get these ones up front tightened down. And you can use a socket on them, you don't have to use a wrench. My battery's getting weak. Alright, so we got that. Alright, so I'm going to try to get the best video of showing you about the hood. But you take that grooves right there, fall down, shut it, open all the way up. There you go. Go ahead and get your wires hooked back up. There you go. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.